Hello,
Hello.
hello, hello. Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing? We got some more people in the waiting room. I'm going to wait till we get those in, and then I'll turn my camera on. Hey, everybody. So I need some inspiration today. It has been a rough week. I would love for everybody to just put celebrate in the chat. Whatever, like, let's do this. Whatever your favorite word is, drop your favorite word in the chat. Drop your favorite word in the chat. Your favorite word. Your favorite word. Okay, some good words. Party, millions. What else we got in there? Guap, blessed. Yeah. I'm going to go with my favorite word today. And it's two words. And it's black man. I just had the most amazing conversation with Rod today, and we really spent some time edifying each other and lifting each other up. So I just want to share with you that I got two words today, and that is black man. I want to start the conversation by telling you all I've had the worst week. I don't even know however way to put it, but all of you on here are business owners. And so I'm going to have a vulnerability and candid moment. So I'm in my apartment. I don't know if some of you all know that my story is I lost my apartment. I've lived on my own since I was 16, and I lost my apartment about 6 years ago because I became a business owner and things didn't go quite how I wanted them to go. I moved in with my mom, stayed there much longer than what I should have, and I'm finally blessed to be on the other side of some of the things that have been happening. So right now, I don't have anything, so I'm going to just show you. I have literally a bed. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is my Bible. I sleep with it. I have my candle over there, and I have my That's a Win celebration book. I haven't been writing in the book because I haven't felt like I had any wins until I had this amazing conversation today with Rod. So I just want to shout out to Rod. Thank you for inspiring me. Just thank you for inspiring me. I'm going to try to make it through this call without crying, but I do want to share a couple of other things with you. This week, when I was probably at my absolute lowest, which I know that you all have experienced that in your business. You've had some highs and some lows. What I want to share with you is that no matter how bad it gets, I want you to believe in yourself because you are on a journey with a purpose. And sometimes it gets hard. And instead of going deeply into yourself, sometimes you just need to reach out to somebody. You have to reach out to somebody because it helps, it works. All right, so I'm gonna get started. I don't want to preach, and I don't know if y'all can see it in my eyes. I am extremely tired, but I also did a little bit of crying this morning because I needed to navigate through that. So and it's okay. Crying is a good thing. Sometimes I feel like crying made it better, so I didn't yeah, there were so many other things I could have done besides cry. So cry was a good thing. All right, so we'll get started. Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here on a Friday. I didn't even think that I would have this energy, but I do have it now, and I can tell you that I'm excited because I feel like myself again. Didn't feel like myself this morning when I woke up. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Warm welcome. I am glad that you are all here because I am not going to lie to y'all. I didn't think I was going to be on my own call today. I started out the morning with Danielle. We might just cancel this call because I don't feel it. I don't want to help people today. I don't want to do anything today. But I know that what I'm called to do is much greater than I. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for being here. We will do some announcements. We'll talk about some deadlines. We'll have some talk about background checks. We'll talk about the hierarchy of getting in touch with me. We also have a Q&A and then a quote. I have a special guest that will be joining us today somewhere around the 12:15 mark, and I'll talk to you about that going forward. So I am ready. Here's my question for you. What self-care activities did you do this week? How did you participate in caring for yourself? If you will drop that in the chat for me, tell me what you did for yourself this week. Don't tell me anything you did for your kids. Don't tell me anything you did for your spouse. Don't tell me anything you did for your job. I want you to tell me, what did you do for yourself this week? Drop that in the chat. Drop it in chat. You went to Austin. It was cool. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you. I know you had some fun. Got a massage. Oh, I need one. You went on a walk with your dog. Okay. That's good. That works. I love nature walks work. What else? I know it's more people on the call. I need y'all to tell me, what did you do? Took a day off and did absolutely nothing. Finished a book, went to the movies, got your hair done, maintain my workout regimen. Okay. And relieve some stress. So I am going to share with you. Oh, you made this call, Birdie. You know I love you. Thank you so much, Queen, for being here. Rod and I talked about you. So I'm going to need to, like, I'm telling you, like, God is working. I cried every day this week. That is what I did for myself. I know y'all might think, what? No. I'm one of those women that I try to hold on and be strong for everything, and I try not to cry. This week, I just let the tears flow, and I let them flow wherever the hell they happened. And I was okay with it, because I literally had a talk with God, and I said, God, either a yoke is going to break or I'm going to break. So I cried every day this week, multiple times. As a matter of fact, I think Danielle has heard me cry at least every morning. I've managed to have a cry in the middle of the day, and then somewhere before I go to sleep and hit my knees and pray, I'm crying again. But that is what I did to help myself this week, and I'm very proud of that. I'm also very proud that I was able to share that with you all, because crying sometimes is just a thing. It has to happen. So thank you all for participating in self-care. I want to encourage you to participate in self-care at least once every day. Whether it's exercise, whether it's going for a nature walk, whether it's talking to someone that you love and not talking about your business, whether it is just being present in the space of someone that makes you feel happy and loved and safe. I encourage you to do that at least once every day. All right, what's next? All right, so we got a couple announcements. Some of you know that we have a deadline of October 31st. I realized that some of you started panicking. I got it, but there is no reason to panic, because we are going to talk you through what you need. The other thing I want to share with you is, if you did not participate last week, you must go look at last week's YouTube video, because I'm telling you that everything you need to know is there. Everything that you need to know is there. If you have any areas of opportunity, please leave a note in the comments of the video. Those videos are not public now. They are only for us. They're only for our group. So if you leave a comment, myself or Danielle will go in and answer, because that's an easier way. Because if you leave a comment, I know your question, but if I answer it, anyone else that watches the video can see the answers as well, and that will really help us. But what do you need to have by the 31st? So by the 31st, you need to have your program built. What does that mean? It means that you need to have it in a tangible way, whether that means you have materials, whether that means you have a presentation, if you have a book, whatever it is that you have, you must have a way for people to move through your program. Don't forget that we have an opportunity to offer this virtually, in a hybrid, which is virtual and in person. And we also may be asked to do the things in person. I need you to be prepared for delivery in all of those aspects, unless you are not in the city of Houston. If you're not in Houston, I totally understand. But at the end of the day, you need to have a tangible thing, whether that's a presentation, a video, some training materials, some coaching materials, some professional development materials. If you're a speaker, you need a speaker sheet. So please make sure that you watch last week's video because it will answer a lot of the things that you are concerned about. And then today we're going to talk more about some other things that you'll need. Going forward, please know we have some interviews that are going to happen with Eric. We're going to send an email. I know we've said that we were going to do that a couple of weeks, but we finally figured out what our cadence is going to be for that. So if you're in the city of Houston, I believe the announcement is, and Eric and Danielle, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that we're going to try to come together on a Saturday so that we can mix and mingle and then record as many people's introductions that day as we can. This is a great opportunity for you to get an introduction video for your business, but it's also a great opportunity for us to get that introduction and put it on our landing page so that when people come to that space, they can know who you are and then what your program is. So thank you very much for that. All right, background checks. I can't even see this, y'all, because look, why I didn't put my glasses on. I realized I was squinting. Okay, now I can see it. Look at God. Okay, so what I wanted to make sure everybody knows is everyone here has received a copy of the contract. Danielle, could you put in the chat, like, is this in the RFP? And if so, what page is it on? And if it's not in the RFP, let's just make sure. Angel is here now, so I'm gonna let her in just a second. But I want to send everybody the information about the background check. I just want to make sure that you all know that we do have to do a background check. And what does that mean? Specifically, what we okay, Danielle's going to grab the page number and then we're going to make sure we send it out to you so that you can have it. I am so comfortable right now, y'all. Look, I am very comfortable. Anyway, one of the things that is important for you to know is that the background check, I think, is like $25. It is $25. We'll send you the instructions on what it is that you need to do. But we will need to attach it and send it to HCDE before we begin performing any work. I know that the background check is only going to go back as far as 10 years. So, you know, everybody has had a life. Right. So if you have had a life and you have made some mistakes, that's cool. But luckily, I think if it's 10 years or older, then you're good. You can be here. I also believe that we may have to do fingerprints as well that goes along with the background check. Just letting you know that. We'll communicate more about it as we get further along, but I'm telling you these things because I need you to get prepared because you will also need to have these things completed before October 31st. That's more of a continuation. We'll make sure we send it out to you so that you can read it. We just wanted you to know that I'm not asking you to do a background check for VRE. I'm asking you to do a background check because this is something that I need to have for the contract. All right. Support system. So we wanted to talk to you about how the cadence is going to flow going forward. This contract is God has blessed me, and it is or He's blessed us, and it has definitely got bigger than what I anticipated. And I am also working on some other things. So what we have now, if you are having any problems or issues with like Slack, or if you've had an issue with an email, if you have a problem with a video or anything, you can do a general support ticket. And then you can go to this address here, which is bit.ly, capital S, capital P, support and request. Remember that with Bitly, you have to put it in exactly as it's spelled, which means if it has uppercase or lowercase, you have to do that. Danielle, if you could copy that and drop that link in the chat, that would be great. Just so people can have it, just in case they need it. know that the first, so we had to put some mechanisms in place. So our first line of defense, if you have a question, will be to contact Kimberly Collins. She is our success partner happiness manager. That makes me happy to say it. We are gearing her up to know the things that she needs to know about the contract so that she can answer questions. If she doesn't know, she will send that question to Danielle, who pretty much knows everything that I know at this point. And then if Danielle can't answer it, we'll distribute it to the team lead. So the team leads will be according to what part of the contract you're servicing. So if you are servicing coaching, of course, it'll be Sophia Casey. If you are doing professional development, it will be Eric Harrison. If you are doing training, it will be myself. If you are an admin person, it will be Danielle. And then if you are a speaker, it will be Dorita Hatchett. And then lastly, if there's a question that the leads don't feel comfortable with answering, or they don't know the answer, they will roll that up to me, and I will get an answer to you. Our goal is to make sure that we answer all questions in 24 to 48 hours. You may notice that now we have a response, an automated response that pops on the email, because we had to put those things in place because we were getting a large amount of questions. And to be honest with you, I was taking so many phone calls. And so I want to encourage each of you to please watch the videos. The videos will get you caught up on where you need to be, and any questions you have past there, then see our team. I just want to make sure that I am respecting the team's time, in that we have a short amount of time to get some things together, but we can't lean on the team to get your things together. We have to use the resources that we have, do as much as you can on your own, and then lean on the team when you really are stuck at a point where you need to pivot and you need assistance. So thank you very much for just participating in that thought process, and for following our process. It is greatly appreciated. All right, so Angel is here. Let me talk to you all a little bit about why I have Angel here. I'm going to do an introduction. So the absolutely fabulous Angel is going to take over and talk with you about business insurance. There's a reason. I mentioned to you that you must have insurance for this contract. It is business liability insurance, but the reason is that so I have to have insurance. But if you go into the space and you do something, I don't want to be liable for your actions. So you have to carry your own insurance so that you can be liable for your actions. Also, you have to be liable for your team. So if you have other people that are in your space that you are using and they are contractors, my suggestion to you would be to follow my lead. Have your contractors have business insurance, because if they are coming to represent your company, and if something happens that you become liable for, you need to be able to offset that cost. So Angel is here to talk to us about insurance and the insurance expectations. I don't really understand insurance like that, but I trust Angel. She's amazing at explaining things. I'm also going to tell you that Angel is in Houston. If you don't have business insurance and you need it, I'm going to suggest you call her and talk to her, because she's amazing. And if you're not in Houston, she has people in other cities that she can connect you with. Whether you use Angel or not, I don't care. This is not about a sales pitch to you. This is about, it's something that you need, and you might as well talk to someone that you can trust. And y'all know I vet everyone. So I'm going to allow Angel to take over, and I'm going to turn my mic off. Angel, are you there? We can't hear you, nor I can't see you either. Hey, Danielle, can you back channel her and see what's okay? So are you ready? We've introduced you, Angel. We're ready for you to come on and talk with us. Your mic is on, but I can't hear you. I have video and sound on. Let's do a little troubleshooting, Angel. Can you try turning your video off and also turn your sound off? Let's try turning it off. All right, and then if you can hear me, try turning it back on. Okay, Danielle, can you see her? Because I can't see anybody but me. I can see Rod. So can you all hear me? Give me some thumbs ups in the emojis.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now, but I cannot see you.
Okay, let me figure out the video.
There we go.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You see that you can hear me, but you can't see me, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so this is the video. I mean, I have the camera up. Okay.
Well, you know what? You might have to turn your device off and reset it. That might work.
Okay. Okay, let me try this.
Okay, we'll wait for you.
Okay.
All right, so Danielle, let's advance so that I can do the other pieces, and then when she comes back, we can end on the insurance piece.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna get on my phone.
Okay.
Okay. I know y'all can hear me, but I'm gonna get on my phone so y'all can see and hear me. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Tiffany, you just gonna have to let me in.
Got you. Danielle, got you.
Okay.
So Danielle, while she's doing that, let's advance forward to the other. Yes. I want to celebrate Barbara Garcia. Barbara Garcia is our success partners to celebration for this week. Barbara did not know this, but I was having a really bad day yesterday, and Barbara came over and told me that she had a conversation with Shelly, on Shelly for Empower You. And she said it was an amazing conversation and that they are going to work together. And what Barbara did not know was that I needed to hear that yesterday in that moment, because I was getting so frustrated and I was like, God, I just want to help people. I want to connect people. I want us to do good in the world. I want us to support each other. So the fact that Barbara had a great conversation with Shelly, she was impressed. She wants to work with her. That made me so happy, y'all. I don't know how to explain that to you. Barbara is an amazing and gifted woman who sells life insurance. I mean, she sells health insurance, but she is probably the most explanatory person I've ever met. She cares about people. She teaches people how to make the best possible decisions for themselves in the health space. But also, y'all, what you don't know is that she has a very deep background in finance. So I'm just so proud and blessed that she's here. So shout out to Barbara. Thank you very much, Barbara, for being who you are. What's next? We got a quote coming up somewhere, y'all.
I am here. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we can. We're going to roll out and finish the presentation so that when we come back, you can have the full floor. Okay.
Sounds great.
Perfect. So what's our quote for this week, Danielle? Our quote is, remind yourself, nobody's built like you. You design yourself. I'm going to tell y'all that this is what the conversation was that Rod and I were having before this call. We are designing ourselves. We are building the businesses that we want to have, and that comes along with some responsibility. We must protect ourselves, our families, and our businesses. And that is why Angel is here to talk to you all today about what that kind of protection looks like. So thank you, Angel, for being here, and I'll yield the floor to you.
Okay, can everyone see and hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. I am Angel Henderson. I own a State Farm insurance agency here in Houston, Texas. I want to just share with you guys, Tiffany was nice enough to send me over the insurance requirements for HCDE. Their requirements of copies of certificates of insurance, naming HCDE as the additional insured for their workers' compensation as well as the general liability. So I'm going to try to make this as easy and brief as possible. The upside of going with State Farm, you can go with any insurance company you like. But for commercial policies, a lot of commercial policies are a la carte. Okay, so I'm going to use a Luby's example for you young people, maybe not know what Luby's is. So, of course, we have a Luann platter. So a Luann platter is a little bit of a discounted rate, but you get your protein and you get your 2 sides and you get a roll for one price. Okay, you also can buy your meal a la carte, which is every piece is separate and priced individually. Okay, State Farm offers something like a Luann platter for commercial businesses. Okay, so that includes the general liability portion, the advertising and personal injury liability, contractual liability, property damage, all of those things in one policy. Tiffany has that policy for what you guys need for GHDE or for any contract that you get for your training and development and business coaching. Okay, so I'm using Tiffany as an example. Tiffany pays $500 a year to cover all of those things, and it will cover all the things that you require for this contract. $1 million of general liability, up to $3 million aggregate. What that means is, what does that mean? What is $1 million per claim, 3 million aggregate, or 2 million aggregate? What does that mean? What that means is if you have more than one claim in that year, the max that the insurance company is going to pay out is that aggregate amount. So it's $1 million per claim, but if you have more than one claim that year, the max the insurance company is going to pay out for you for that claim is that aggregate amount. Okay, everyone follow me. Give me a little thumbs up if you follow. All right, awesome. So that covers your general liability, your professional liability, your personal and advertising injury, all of those things that is in section B, if you guys see this, the insurance requirements. Now, what is not included with that set $500 price is workers' compensation and automobile liability coverage. Got a couple of ways you can do the auto coverage. You can increase, since you guys will be using your personal vehicles to possibly go to clients, you can increase your personal liability insurance to $300,000. You can call your insurance agent and ask them about that. My recommendation is, even if you do that, because you may have people working under you, your team, they need insurance too. Okay, so my recommendation is this: you can add to your business policy something called ENOL. Okay, I'm using a lot of acronyms. I'm going to tell you what that means. ENOL, that means employers non-owner liability. To give you an example of what that means, your employee is using their vehicle to do work for you. They're driving to a client's office, they're driving, and they're in an accident. Okay, that ENOL will cover the liability portion for the person they hit. Okay, so for Tiffany, adding $500,000, the combined requirement for your contract is $300,000, but the 500 and 300 and 100 is all the same. So it's the same price. So I went on and did $500,000 for Tiffany. So it would cover her and anybody that's driving under an employee of hers up to $500,000 in liability for $80 for 6 months. Not $80 a month, ladies and gentlemen, $80, 6 months, you're covered. Okay, so that's that part that's checked off of your requirement for this contract. Okay, so that's the automobile liability coverage portion. The last thing is workers' compensation. Now, if you are a sole proprietor and or even an LLC or S corp, but you don't have any employees under you, it's just you, your workers' compensation will be $417 for the year. Okay, That's going to cover, that's a requirement for this contract. That's going to cover all of the things for workers' compensation that this contract requires. If you have people under you, that you actually have a team or employees under you, that price will change based on how many employees you have under you. But if it's just you, it would be $417 for the year. Okay, so let's do the math. How do you protect your business? Not just for this contract, but for any contract, for you to be covered for the year. What did we just say? $500 for your general liability and your personal advertisement, injury liability, property damage, contractor liability, all that. That's that Luann platter I told you about. One policy that covers all of those things, not individual a la carte. That's $500. Your workers' compensation requirement for one person is $417. Hold on, I'm using my calculator. Okay, and your ENOL, that's the semi-annual premium for that is $80. So if we want to say for the entire year, that would be $160. Ladies and gentlemen, for $1,077, you can have your business and you completely protected. Now, another advantage for going through me or any State Farm agent is we allow you to pay this monthly with no, a lot of insurance companies, anytime you have a commercial policy, either you pay it in full or you have to finance it to pay it. And what happens is when you finance something, you pay interest, okay? There's no interest. You can divide that into monthly payments, no interest, no additional fee for paying it monthly, and you can get that all taken care of. So divided by 12, you're looking at $89.75 to protect your business. Let's do better, okay? If you didn't have insurance before, it's okay. But now you know, and now you know how inexpensive it can be to protect your business, not just for this contract, but for any contract. So many small businesses are not able to bid on certain contracts because they don't already have the insurance in place. Because when you're bidding, they want you to submit your certificate of insurance right then and there. But if you don't have it, you don't have it to submit. And typically, it takes around 30 days for business policies to be in effect. So there is no deck page and things like that for you to have if you haven't already applied for the insurance. It takes 30 days typically for you to generate a declarations page. So Tiffany did let me know that you guys have a time frame of around October 31st that you have to have all this in place. My recommendation is go ahead and start this process today. So just in case there's additional documentation that your agent is asking from you have enough time to provide the documentation, and you will have an in-place policy by October 31st. Not that, don't fill out the application October 20th thinking that you're going to have insurance on October 31st. It's probably not going to happen. Okay, so my phone number, my office number is 832-300-1400. Again, 832-300-1400. We also receive text messages on that number. So if you want to text us or call us, and we are more than happy to answer any questions, walk you through exactly what you need. Simple questions like, do you have to be an LLC or S Corp to get business insurance? No, you could be a DBA sole proprietor and get business insurance. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
We have a really good question in the chat from Bertie. She said, is this all state farms in every state, or does it vary by state? And I wanted to address that because I know you're here in Houston, but I know that you have connections in other states that you could connect people to if need be. So could you address that for Bertie for me?
Yes, for most part, yes. It's for all state farms in most states. Now, every state may have a little bit different laws around that and legal things, but typically speaking, this is going to be relative to most state farms in most states. So let me know what state you're in, and I'll be happy to connect you with someone I know personally. I know a lot of agents from all over the country, so I would love to connect you with someone I know personally that's going to take good care of you and walk you through the process and not make you feel like, you know, you're embarrassed to ask any questions, because this is your money and this is your business. You need to know what this all is. Even if you don't know after that, you need to know going forward what you're spending your money on. So for the most part, the answer to that question is yes. A few states don't necessarily do commercial insurance with State Farm for legal reasons for that state, but very few. So I'm sure that we can accommodate most people in most states. And if you let me know, you can text or call me, and I'll give you my email address as well. So if you want to send me an email and say, hey, I'm in this state, can you connect me with someone? I'll be happy to do that. My email address is, it's a little long, I'm sorry, Angel, it's ANGEL, at Angel Henderson is my agent.com. I'm going to repeat it again. Angel at Angel Henderson is my agent.com. Now, if you already have insurance, okay, I'm sorry, Crystal, you have a question?
I think you were about to say something. I'm someone who already has insurance, so you may already.
No, go ahead and ask so I can make sure
Okay,
I hear
so
you.
on the insurance, it says you must name HCDE as an additional insured, right? So that means they need to be added onto our insurance. Do you know how long that would take? And
Not long at all. So most of the time, what your insurance agent will provide is a certificate of insurance. Okay. And what they'll do is they can provide that right away. And while the process of actually adding them to your policy is taking place. Right.
Okay.
Because it is not a short, I'm glad you asked that, because it's not. Nothing is short time when it comes to commercial insurance. So that's why we have that document in place that we can sign off and say, hey, we understand that you are an additional insured. It's just not going to reflect on the policy right away. We just want you to have this document to show that, yes, you are an additional insured. So they can do that. I mean, I set expectations in my office within 24 hours turnaround to get that back to my customers.
Okay, great. Thank you. And do you know if that's an additional cost?
I don't charge anything.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all I can speak of, because every agent and is a little different, but we don't charge anything. That's a service that we offer to our small business customers.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. So if you
Got it.
already have insurance, what do you say to your agent? Okay, you want to ask your agent to make sure you have the appropriate coverage required by HCDE. Okay, and what is that? They want you to have workers' compensation. Okay, they want you to have general liability insurance. Okay, and they want you to have automobile liability insurance. Okay, the automobile liability insurance, if you're a sole proprietor and you just want to add it on to your own liability insurance, just make sure you tell them you need $300,000 in liability coverage on your vehicle. Okay, if you want to go the route of the ENOL that I shared with you, tell them that you want to you want a quote for a ENOL policy for $300,000 for bodily injury and property damage. Our cost is $80 per 6 months. Okay, so get a quote for that. You can add, that is something simple and inexpensive you could add without a big cost. I'm trying to keep you guys' costs as low as possible, okay? Now, workers' comp, if it's only you, very simple, okay? Just you. 400, we charge around $417 for just you. If it's you with an employee under you, it will be a different price. Okay. So that's the things you need to ask your current insurance provider if you already have insurance.
Angel, first of all, let me tell you, every time you talk about insurance, I be like, how does she teach this and make it so simple? Because I always I always understand when you talk about insurance. So we have a couple questions that I need to ask. First thing I
Okay.
want to do, if you're on the call and you are panicking, I need you to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. If you do not have insurance and you're saying to yourself, my business isn't making as much money as I think it should, and maybe I don't have that right now, I need you to individually contact me. Let's have a conversation. And here is why. You do need to have insurance in order to operate on this contract. What it simply means is you can't service the contract until you can take care of this part. We can have a talk about that because I completely understand, right? I completely understand. I don't want you to feel like I'm giving you the boot if you cannot do that, right? What I want you to feel like is we need to have an individual conversation about what it looks like and about how we can get you there, because the truth of the matter is this isn't just for this contract. This is really what you need for your business. Okay, so Angel, I know a couple people had to drop off because the call normally ends at 12:30, but I do have a couple questions here that I would love for you to answer. Number one, Birdie said that her business is registered in New York, but she lives in Florida. What would she do about insurance?
Long as you have insurance, insurance travels from all of the United, long as you're in the United States, you're good. She don't need to get additional, she didn't have to have an additional policy. Just because she's in Florida. Is that Florida correct?
She's in
She don't need
Florida,
to-
yes.
Yeah, if she already has an existing policy in New York, she can use that policy in New York.
So, okay, what if she does not have an existing policy?
Oh, just because her business is registered in New York, she can get a policy. She lives in Florida now. She needs to, if she does not already have insurance in New York, she can get insurance in Florida.
Right, where she is.
Where she is, correct.
Got you.
Yes.
All right. And then the next question we had from Christopher Allen was, can you repeat how long it takes before I guess the insurance goes into effect?
It could take up to 30 days. Okay, from the date of the application to the date that I am able to generate a declarations page. Now, I can generate a certificate of insurance pretty fast after the insurance is already in place. But you have to go ahead and submit the application, ladies and gentlemen. Do not wait. If your deadline is October 31st, the last possible day that you should submit your insurance policy, your application is, I would say September, where are we? It would be cutting it close, but I would say September 28th, 29th should be the last possible day. Okay.
All right. And so so Angel, first of all, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for always participating with me in educating people on insurance, the importance of it, also breaking it down to explain it in a way that helps people understand the point. And also just understanding that insuring your business helps you keep your profit. Like there's nothing worse than you busting your butt to build a business, to grow and to scale and to be sustainable, but then you get hit with a lawsuit. And I will tell y'all, it's not if you're going to get hit with a lawsuit, it's a win. Like that you have to think about, there's not one big business out there that has never been sued.
Mm-hmm. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking to small business owners because I am one. Okay. I am a small business owner. I know I have State Farm behind my name, but I am basically a franchise owner. So if somebody comes after my agency, that's on me. So I have to have just like I'm telling you all these coverages, I have all of these things and then some. I have and then some umbrellas and so on and so forth. But for the sake of you guys getting what you need for this contract, just the base level, let's get this going. And I have no trouble having the conversation with you on next level of what, like, okay, Angel, I did this. What else do you recommend? I don't have a problem with that at all. No matter if you're a brick and mortar, you work from home, anything in between, please get the proper things in place so you won't miss out on these opportunities for bidding for not just this contract, for other opportunities you're going to have.
Thank you. So we have one final question that comes from Shelley. She says, do you offer E&O for nonprofits?
Yes, I do. Now, HCDE is not requiring E&O insurance. Okay, we're using acronyms again. For people who don't know, that is errors and omissions. I have to have that too. Errors and omissions. Okay, that's basically a malpractice insurance for people that are not physicians. So that would be for insurance agents, accountants, nonprofits,
Coaches,
teachers, pastors. Yes, pastors, therapists, you name it. If you give any type of advice and you hold any kind of certification that says that you are certified to do this thing, you are held at a higher responsibility than the regular folks. So the people that you are consulting, if they feel like they all have to feel like that they did not get your best self, they can sue you because of that.
and I'm just telling y'all, as you level up, you will find that there will be people that will nibble at your heel for no reason, just because they mad that you got there. And I know that is it. Like, I'm so positive. I'm always very positive, but I am sharing with you that as I am elevating, there is more stuff that is out there happening that is, oh, okay, that's interesting. Where did that come from? So I just want to make sure that you are preparing yourself. I'm not speaking any negative into existence, but I am also saying that you can make a decision to protect yourself. If you can, like, when you think about it, if you have a house, you got homeowners insurance. If you have an apartment, you got renters insurance, because these people are telling you that they're going to protect their property. The point that I'm making is your business is your property. You need to protect it. If you have a nonprofit, your nonprofit belongs to the community. You must protect it. So thank you so much, Angel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Angel, could you would you drop your information in the chat before you go? So that, so Angel's going to put her info in the chat, her email, her phone number. And if she has a website, I encourage you all to always go and look up people, follow them on social media. It's always a good way to help. Angel came and gave us information today that can be so useful. So she's going to drop that in the chat. I want to encourage you to save the chat. So if you save the chat notes, then that way you can have the information. It'll save into a text file for you. And I am so thankful that Angel came and talked to us today. What I want to tell you is this: if insurance is an issue for you, please let me know. I need you to let me know sooner than later so that we can figure out what the game plan is, so that we can make some decisions. Please don't wait until the last minute to tell me that you have a challenge, because why am I saying that, y'all? I don't want to present a service that I can't give to people that you can't present because you don't have insurance. That doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean that I don't want you around. It means that I have to give you time to get your stuff together so that you can take advantage of this opportunity. And I will support you in whatever way I can to help that happen for you. You just need to communicate with me. I want y'all to know that I didn't have insurance until last year when I met Angel. I literally told her, I know I need business insurance, but I literally have been too scared to ask and to find out about it because I was like, I can't afford it. That was my thought. I claimed out of my mouth, that I couldn't afford something before I had even looked to find out how much it cost, y'all. When she wrote my policy, it was $46 a month. This is what I said, Tiffany, what kind of business owner are you if you can't come up with $46 a month? Like, you know,
Most of you guys pay more than that on Disney Plus and Netflix every month.
there we have it, right? So for a certain amount of money a month, you can invest in protecting your business.
Mhm.
And that's what I have for you all for that. If you are here and you need to stay on, if you have additional questions, please do so. If not, I realize that we went I wasn't planning to go 55 minutes today, but this was a lot of information that you all really needed. I really hope it helped. Before you leave, please drop a note in the chat. And first, let's thank Angel. And then also, if you could drop a note in the chat and tell me one thing that you learned today from what Angel shared that you can take away that will help you. Name one thing that you learned, one thing, because I want Angel to know how she is like welcome here in this space. And I also want her to know that she is doing a good thing in educating people about business and commercial insurance. So please put a note in the chat. It's 12 people on the call that, you know, I'm going to drop one in there. I'd love for you all to thank Angel, but then also tell me one thing that you learned from this call. Even if you already had business insurance, tell me what you learned. I learned, yeah, that's mine right there, ENOL. I also learned that I didn't know that nonprofit organizations could get errors and omissions. Didn't even occur to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once you drop something in the chat, if you have to drop off, I understand. The reason why I'm asking you all to give me some feedback is we are documenting this process. And I am wanting to make sure that I encourage other business owners to make sure that they have what it is that they need to protect their business.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys don't have any, please feel free to call, text, email me. I'll be happy to talk to anyone one-on-one, refer you to someone. If I am unable to help you, if you're outside of Texas, I will not be able to write your insurance, but I can refer you to some amazing people that will be able to help you.